Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2023 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you are interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Taurus, angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels. Well, you win. Okay? If that's a question that you have with money and with career, just know, Taurus, you win. And that's a really cool thing. It's a cool thing. I like hearing that, right? Who doesn't? So let's see here. I like saying that. So let's see what Taurus has to say. What Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. So here we have create reverse. There's been a stunt or a stop to our creativity, to our spark, to our passion, and it's time to claim that back. You have so many talents, and yet it seems like there's just a sense of like, oh no, I can't. For whatever reason, for whatever stresses are in our lives that make us feel like we can't create, Spirit is saying stop that. If your job is rather non-creative or you're like, oh no, you can't be creative there, then this is having creativity at home. But I do see you bringing a spark to like everything that you do and a needing to really embrace and develop and really, step into your creative aspect, especially at work. I just see you like you make things very inviting, no matter how you create that. And even just creating that inviting atmosphere is something that is just lovely, whether you are a doctor or a scientist or a, whatever you are. Like I'm just seeing people where you usually wouldn't think of them as being inviting people. Like you wouldn't usually think of this. Like I'm also seeing at a store, like just making things beautiful at a shop, a boutique. Like you make things beautiful, you make people like wanting to come in. Cafes, just the sense, restaurants, just a sense of creating such an atmosphere. So that's a really beautiful thing. You should be really proud of that. However you embrace your creativity, you need to let it shine because you can make people feel so welcome, even if it's over a web page. Again, I don't know how you do it, but you do. You create that really welcome, really inviting, really personalized, experience for people. That personalized touch is important. So let's see what spirit wants us to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the moon. We have a lot of fears that are coming forward. We can be dealing with negative Pisces energy, which is a time frame of February 19th to March 20th. But this is also a lot of fears coming forward, doubts, fears, chaos. It can be, fear that leads towards aggression, and fear that leads towards paralyzation. Like, I just can't do this. Like, with fight, flight, or freeze response from people or from ourselves is coming forward. So just be aware of that. There's a lot of fear, a lot of doubt here. Now we have the Knight of Wands reversed. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There is a sense here that we can feel like we have no direction. We have no direction forward. And that can be something that we need to rein in for ourselves. But I see this also as very chaotic, turbulent energy. If this is from us, we need to step back and we need to really evaluate ourselves. But I see this for most of us Taurus as being from an outside source, an outside person who is all bravado, all bark, all bluster, and no, they don't show up. Like, no showing up for things, no taking accountability and responsibility. And that is driving us up and down the Mississippi, because Taurus, we can deal with people who, aren't good at things, that don't, have a talent or finesse or whatever, but they have to take responsibility for it. They have to know their limits. Like, we have to know our limits. So here, that's going to be something that can be just really frustrating during this time, to have this energy of just chaos and almost like a fire rampaging through, coming in. And it makes us feel helpless, but we're not helpless because we need to rein in our reins and not like viscerally respond to this person or this situation or this thing, and kind of step back, think, and then respond. That's going to be our best way forward. Now, with the Devil energy reversed, this can be a very negative Capricorn energy, December 22nd to January 19th. But this can also be an energy of releasing ourselves from, it's almost like released from the hands of the devil type of thing, releasing ourselves from a very negative, very, I would say addictive, a very, what is the best way to put it? A very toxic person. It's a very toxic person, a very toxic situation, a very toxic event. It's a release, because the devil in the upright is like that pulling us in, that becoming all consuming, right? It is addictions and fears and doubts and just absolute chaos. And so with it reversed, it's like I'm stepping out of this absolute chaos, and I'm seeing things and, holding people accountable, but also taking responsibility and moving forward and going after what I need, what I want, and what's important to me. There always needs to be a bit of chaos, so we can't have everything like, toy soldiers lined up perfectly. And that's going to be important. That's part of our creative spark. But we also need to understand that like it can't just be all chaos. No leadership, no guidance. That's not good for us at all. And that's not good for anybody. With the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords reversed, which is the best thing, is lies come out. Lies are revealed. Doubts and fears where you might have felt like, oh, am I crazy for thinking this? Or, maybe that person doesn't really have it out for me and I'm just making things up. All of a sudden, there's information that comes forward. There's a sense of the lies are revealed. And you're like, oh, I wasn't making it up. Like, it wasn't all in my imagination. And so the Seven of Swords is here really saying, okay, the lies, the Seven of Swords reverse, the lies are coming out. The hurts that we have been carrying, kind of like the lies that we have been carrying in ourselves and the way that people manipulate things are coming out, and we are able to move forward. You're going to find out here, Taurus, that you are tremendously strong. You're tremendously strong. The Strength card is also Leo energy, July 23rd to August 22nd, but you are tremendously strong. You can have a fantastic Leo ally, somebody who, this person gives, it's kind of like a growl, right, of a lion, or a warning bark of a really, really big dog, the ones that, like, when they bark, their bark resonates in your bones. And you get that warning. And then you get that warning again from this person. I see this person gives 2 warnings. They don't believe in 3 warnings. They could do 3 warnings, but then they're really, really mad. It's 2 warnings and then action, and then they're going to take things and pull things in the direction that it needs to go. So there is this real sense of strength, but your strength does not come from being the loudest, most obnoxious person in the room. Your strength comes from this quiet dignity, this determination, this insight, this way of looking at things and being true to the story that you were telling in the beginning, because it wasn't a story. It wasn't something that was once upon a time. It was something with substance and, distinction and great understanding to it. So you're really moving forward in strength. But again, it's not being the biggest, baddest, one. It is the strength of character. It is the strength of dignity. It is the strength of determination. And it leads us to the Five of Cups. It leads us to changing our minds and changing our lives. There's something that we have been tested with during this time. And we've kind of come to things with a very different approach than we had to come to things before. And we're going to see here that as we start to really count our blessings and we start to leave behind what we could not change, we start to see ourselves flourishing. We start to see ourselves moving forward in a way that we hadn't imagined that we could. We start to see doors opening to us, and we start to see a new way forward. Now, if we choose, because it is a choice, if we choose to look at everything that's fallen apart, everything that isn't moving forward the right way, we are going to find ourselves, just staying that little bit stuck, just not being able to move forward the way that we want to, and having fear really take seed in our lives. So just be aware of this during this time. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the High Priest reversed. This is the Hierophant reversed. We are being told to be mindful of getting in our own way, of being our own worst enemy, of, I'm hearing sticking too closely to the rules, like being so stringent, so it has to be just so that we miss that creativity, we miss the spark, we miss the shine, or we're so stringent that this energy here that's just chaos. People are like, well, at least it's different, type of thing. And we're like, no. So just be aware of this. We can really have a tendency to get in our own way during this time, which is exactly what we don't need. Our subconscious. Oh, also, we can also have somebody else, okay, an energy that comes forward. And it's like, well, did you follow the chain of command? Did you do everything just as you're supposed to be? And be so rigid with us that it's using our own kind of orderly, grounded, earthly energy, earth sign energy against us. So just be aware of that as well. Our subconscious spirit energy is soulful. Fill your soul. Taurus, fill your soul. You let your soul be full of love, of creativity, of insight, of joy. Soulful is reverse. So our soul isn't full. We've spent a lot of time dealing with lies and fools and chaotic energy. And so now it is time, Spirit is saying, it is time to fill our soul. It is time to fill our cups. And remember, you don't just need a cup, you need a gallon. You need a gallon to fill a cup. And that is going to be the most important thing. Are you taking care of you? Are you embracing your soul, Taurus? Our subconscious tarot energy is the King of Coins. That's us. Prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. The King of Coins sees the ways that everything is intertwined. You have a way of seeing things, Taurus, that braid it all together, that weave it all together. It's a little bit magical, especially if you lean into this gift that you have. Not only the gift of manifestation, what you focus on, you will achieve at. Okay, in one way or another. Sometimes that achievement comes in a very different packaging than we had imagined. But when you set your mind to something, Taurus, you are successful. The King of Coins, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. It is embracing wealth, and what you value as much as money. It is also saying here subconsciously, you need to dress you need to dress the part. And that's kind of the point of things. For you, it's almost a little bit of the dramatic needs to be in it. You need to play the role. And that's going to be super, super, super beneficial for you to look at it as I'm playing the role. I'm connecting with the part. I'm embracing this aspect of myself and moving forward. Because there's success, there's prosperity, and there's ways of once you start growing the seeds, like once you start growing the intentions that you have planted, once you start seeing things take off, all of a sudden you're able to plant beautiful, magnificent, intricate gardens without without people even knowing how you're doing it. You're able to manifest more and more and more. All right. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.